When you're manifesting a specific person and you say affirmations like, my SP worships the toilet I use, my specific person sacrifices their favorite colognes, their Louis Vuitton bags, their Gucci belts on my throne just to breathe the air of my existence. When you say those things, you get an emotion and it gets you into the state. That's the reason why everybody is asking for my top 20 affirmations. My email has been blowing up, right? Because they feel an emotion right away. But the thing is, the clients that have been having success are the ones that they are okay with just that state that comes from those affirmations that I give them. Or also for the affirmations that I give on my daily affirmation package that I have on my Stand store. Okay? A lot of people have been getting that, where I customize your situation and send affirmations only about you and your life. But the thing is, I've noticed a pattern with a lot of my clients. The ones who actually are okay with just having fun with these techniques are the ones that actually can handle the 3D better. Why? Because they are lying to themselves, because they are like a mental patient in a straitjacket who is happy and content with their imaginary friend? No. Because imagination is truth. Because imagination is not Disneyland. Imagination is simply the internal. Like I've said in previous videos, stop looking at affirmations as affirmations. Look at them as declarations. Stop looking at imagination as imagination. Start looking at it as the truth, the internal reality. Everything that you see out here, like my steering wheel that I'm touching, yeah, it's a physical object, right? But every implication, perceptions, if I look at my phone right now and my SP is not texting me, I could look at that and say my SP hates me. Or I can look at my screen right now and say it's just a fucking screen. Okay? Well, when you put yourself in the state, you can perceive things in the way that leads you to your SP texting that screen and blowing it up. But you won't be able to get into that state if you say these affirmations and you're like, oh, I feel great, Neo. But then after that, you're like, what the fuck? I've been saying it for 5 days and they still have me blocked. I saw my SP at the dentist office because I have a crush on one of the doctors there, and she was just being too professional with me. She didn't even smile. It's like, for one, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. She could actually be nervous to be around you. Don't even get me started about, oh, well, she doesn't look like she's interested. He doesn't look like he wants me. Yet there's so many people in my past who I didn't even know that they wanted me until the topic was brought up, you know, in a random conversation, and they tell me like, wow, Neo, you seem like you hated me. I'm like, I thought you hated me. Come to find out that they just have a resting bitch face. Come to find out that they were intimidated by me. And that all these facial expressions that I thought that they were making because they thought I was disgusting or that they thought I looked like Medusa. No, it was because they thought the same thing about themselves. And you know, it was like a battle between two people who are manifesting rejection, and our worlds collide and we just rejected ourselves. Right? So what is the point in checking the 3D? This is why I say to do my self-pedestalizations, not because I'm trying to get money, not because I'm trying to avoid reality, but because they are reality, because whatever you decide goes. And so if that is true, then why not decide something so fucking crazy? Now, obviously, when you say that your SP has a life-size poster of you on their wall that they pray and bow down to every single night, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to all of a sudden have 50 churches opening up around the nation. That doesn't necessarily mean that. But what that means is that on those moments in your life where you felt like shit, where you felt like, fuck, I can't even get a green light in traffic, my life sucks, I want to die. Instead of feeling like that, when you tell yourself things like those self-pedestalizations, you will see everything in your favor. Even if they have you blocked, you'll be like, yeah, well, shit. All I know is that this is working out in my favor. Even if you see a girl look at you, like I remember one time, because I was so in the state, I used to think, just like I said in this video, that if a girl doesn't smile back, it's because she thinks I'm ugly. I swear, that was an assumption that I held. But when I started putting myself in the state, which is exactly what the stuff that I'm talking about in this video, I remember there was a hot girl. I'm talking smoking. As a matter of fact, I didn't even realize I had this. My SP fucking left this in my car. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you guys, I'm such a whore. But either ways, I smiled at her. She looked at me with like a blushed face, but almost like a angry, like facial expression, borderline disgusted, right? But I didn't give up there. I literally told myself, there was like a brief second where I'm like, damn, I'm ugly, I guess. But then I was like, what the fuck? I'm the sexiest motherfucker on the planet. Modeling agencies have a fucking image of me in the headquarters as a point of reference. I don't know what the fuck that lady was talking about, but I'm gorgeous, right? Come to find out, she comes back later, okay? In my social circle, and this was at work, by the way, and she's asking for a dessert. I make eye contact with her, and her face lights up like Christmas Day. I smile at her first, she smiles at me. Then I'm on break 20 minutes later, and then I catch her looking at me, bro. You can't make this shit up. One could say maybe she was looking at somebody else at the beginning. No, she was looking at me, okay? Except maybe in that brief moment there was a reflection of my old identity, but I quickly shifted back to that new identity, and boom. I was in the state. And how? Because I was saying crazy shit like, women's vaginas explode the moment that I come into the fucking room. Okay? Women, you have to, I'm not saying that you have to go so explicit, but the more crazier you make your don't even call them affirmations, call them confessions. From now on, I only call them affirmations because if I put confessions in the title, you won't be able to find me, okay? But they're not fucking affirmations anymore. They're called fucking confessions, okay? When you confess the truth that you're so rich that Elon Musk has you on speed dial, that Jeff Bezos wants to off himself because he can't take it anymore with your account, that implies that you're rich. That implies that money will come running to you. If you can feel something after you say those affirmations, say those affirmations. And someone's going to say, okay, well, where does imaginal acts come in? Well, I plan on making a self-pedestalization version of imaginal acts. But I will say this. Anybody who has my top 20, and by the way, if you want it, just leave a comment down below and I'll give you my email. But anyone who has my top 20, they tell you, like, holy shit, those are fucking crazy. You mean to tell me that when you read those self-pedestalizations that I have, that you don't get some sort of imagery? Well, whatever imagery pops up, go from there. Use it as your blueprint and then enter into that imaginary reality. And again, I even fucking hate saying imaginary reality. Fuck, I need to stop fucking getting that out of my vocabulary. It's not imaginary, it's the facts. But you get my fucking point. Go into the images in your head that pop up and then expand from there. Okay? And have fun with it. If you are doing this because, oh, fuck, but I don't know why, but I cannot see her. Every single time that I'm kissing her in my mind, I feel like she's coerced. No. It doesn't have to be amazingly high definition. If you can see the image perfectly, try to get a blurry image, but focus more on what would be your thoughts. You mean to tell me you can't even have like a distinct blurry image of you with your SP and she's telling you that she loves you, or he's telling you, I'm so glad that I'm your husband, and that you have this thought of, yeah, what else is new? I'm just that bad bitch. Oh yeah, what else is new? I always get the hot chicks. You mean to tell me you can't at least do that? Because the thought, there's no images to that per se. There's no sometimes not even necessarily a sensation. It's just a thought. Because you got to remember one thing, you're not going to feel shit when you have your SP either ways. Because you don't want to manifest a text message where you're all excited, woo, and then they leave you. You don't want to manifest a marriage that you thought that you were lucky to even obtain. No, you want to manifest a fucking situation where you're on the pedestal. If you're on the pedestal, that means that you're used to this shit. That means that when you have your SP, it's almost like, oh my God, dude, here he is again. The same guy that is blocking you right now in the 3D. The same girl who is not giving you the attention. You have to go to the end where it's like you're kind of, you need a break from them. You want to know why it's so powerful to understand that? Because you don't have to feel shit in the imaginary act, because you're not going to feel anything, because it's natural. The feeling of naturalness is the same feeling that you have right now watching this video. Maybe even better, because you're looking at the sexiest motherfucker on the planet. Okay? So, again, guys, this shit is not hard. The only thing that gets in the way is when you think that it has to happen in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Stop focusing on time. Realize that as long as you say these self-pedestalizations or any technique, I'm not necessarily just sponsoring me. You can watch any other content creator, any other manifestation coach, and whatever technique you want, it's not the technique, it's you. But as long as you can decide and be okay with the internal, that's all that matters. Now, if you want to go more in depth on how to stay in your end, get in the state, or any manifestation help in general, book a call with me. I would love to work with you.